Hi guys, before starting this video, I wanted to show you guys the roses that are in bloom right now. I was taking a walk and saw these beautiful roses, so please enjoy before we get to the video. Hello everyone, today I have a dish of 5 different earrings that we're actually going to only make 2, but they're all using the same technique, and I have already made 3 of them, and we're going to make these 2 today with me. So the running theme here is that I'm using either a round or an oval shape center bead, as you can see, and they're flat. When you are making a simple earring with just like your head pin, putting in your beads and making a loop to add the hook, these beads, they will rotate and won't stay in place. And this design, the way we've made it here, will help it stay in place. It'll not rotate. Okay, so that's one thing that's common. And then the other thing common is that I'm using a 24 gauge wire, 10 inches long, on all of these pieces, so that way it's easy to remember. When you are picking out your beads, make sure that your wire go through them. So I have a little piece of wire here that I've bent in half, and whenever I pick a bead that I want to use, I fold it in half, and I'm just going to run it through them to make sure that they go through, and so that I can use the bead. Because once you've picked out your beads and if you're ready to put them on your wire, and if they don't fit through, it's not good. So let's make this design here first. It's very simple, very easy. The fun part is picking your beads that matches and how you want to design it. After you've done that, all you want to do is put your beads in place. I'm putting this dark colored bead in first. That's going to go in the center, and then 2 lighter ones on this side. These are little teardrop beads that are round in shape. I did the same thing with this design here too, but this teardrop is more of a flat teardrop, so just a little bit difference on the design pattern, but it still looks gorgeous. And 2 more on the other side, so that I have a total of 5 beads hanging. And then I'm going to take my center bead, bring your teardrop beads to the bottom, and then get your center bead, put it through one side, and then put your wire through the opposite side, and then pull them together. Until you get your teardrop beads all the way at the end like that. Okay, and then you want to hold your center bead in place, and then bring it around on the top half. Okay, so on this one, all I did was twist it on the top, and then use my stud earrings findings, what do you call it, earring hook. You don't have to twist it if you don't want to, as long as you have your you can make a loop on the top, that's fine. But I'm going to twist it on this one, but the other one I'm not going to. So you can do whatever you want, really. So my center bead is just going all over the place. I want to make sure that it stays nice and flat on the top, so you may have to push your wire around to make sure that it stays secure. So once I'm here, I'm going to take my round nose plier, and I'm going to show you my ear hook real quick. So it's the hook with the loop going this way, so the loop of my earring has to come this way, so which means I'm going to have to bend it forward and make a loop from front to back. I hope that makes sense. And then make your loop, thread your ear hooks in place, okay, so that when you're wearing it, it faces straight up like that. Hold on to your loop with a plier, and then start wrapping the rest of the wire around it. So now you can also add bead to this part, like I did on this earring if you want. But this one I just wanted to keep simple on the top. So we're gonna do a big thick wrapping around the wire. I'm gonna fix that in a little bit after I have cut it here. Tucking that in, and okay, so now let's fix this so that it stays in place. And there we have it. And our other earring. There we go. That's our fourth design. Now I'm going to quickly talk about this guy here. So this one, on the bottom part, I hung a porcelain bead that doesn't have a design on the back. It's flat. So you can use something like that as well. You just want to get a jump ring and attach it to the wire that's going around your center bead, and that's all that's needed. And then for this, this is also porcelain bead. It's big and beautiful, and it's on the heavier side. So for this one, that's why I used a hook, fish hook ear wire rather than our stud. And then for the bottom dangly bit, I used smaller, lightweight beads. And then I have one on a jump ring here. The center one is on a jump ring here, so that it hangs lower. Just adds a little bit of interest. So there's this one. And then next we're gonna make is our this design here. This is very boho-esque. So again, depending on what kind of beads you use, you can definitely create a design you like. So this one, the centerpiece is already really pretty. So I just wanted some gold beads to accent the design here. So it's kind of similar to this one. We have to put our beads, the dangly parts in the, oh, I forgot to get the spacer beads there. So we're gonna get a head pin, insert our bead. Again, you can make this any design any way you want. You can put any beads on the bottom. The main thing is using the center piece as your flat oval or round bead to show off the design in the center is the main goal here. And so for this design, my loop on the top is really big. This is a pretty big loop here. What this does is this kind of bunches them up together, versus the smaller loop. If you want to make a smaller loop, they kind of stay a little bit further apart, like to the width of their beads that's hanging. But this one, the loop kind of gets them all together, bunched up like that. So that's the look I was going for. So that's why I used, I didn't cut off the head pin to make a smaller loop. So I'm going to do the same thing, but with this kind of bead, a spacer bead, a metal spacer bead. I was going to use the same kind of beads, like either all three metal bead or all three the bicone bead, but I chose to do the center bead as the bicone. It adds a little more interest to it, so I thought, why not? Okay, and we're going to do one more. Okay, here are our three dangly bits. Remove these away so that it's not cluttering our background. So I'm gonna take my wire, the 10-inch wire that I've cut, 24 gauge. I'm gonna put my center bead in place first, and then my side beads, and then I'm gonna take my round bead. These are little artisan beads, and there's a regularity on the hole size and the design, which is which I mean it's really beautiful, but just so you guys know. Okay. Oh, I love how the gold looks on this design, and this with this bead. And also the other thing, when you're picking out the center bead, if the edges are thick like this, it stays in place best, versus like this one. This one has a rounder edge, and this one has a rounder edge, so you kind of have to keep adjusting until it stays in place. But something like this with a thick edge, it'll stay in place nicely. Okay, so then I'm gonna do the same thing, crisscross my the wire, and then I'm going to do a quick twist here, and then bring them up and add my spacer bead. And I chose this bead because the hole is big enough for the twisty part to go inside. Place, and just want to make sure that it's centered. And then, so I'm not going to twist like I did on the other design. On this design, I'm just going to show you that you can do the same thing without twisting. I know that's an extra step. It does add a little bit of interest to your design, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You just take your wire and just start making a loop. Add your... And then even for this part, if you forget to thread your ear wire in while you're making the loop, you can always use a jump ring to attach the two together. And I've done it a few times where I forgotten to put that in, so it's not a big deal. You don't have to redo your whole work. You just have to use a jump ring to put them together. So now we're just going round and round to make a nice big wrap. Trim that off. And tuck the ends, and that is it. There is our second pair of earrings made. Let me know which one is your favorite design out of the 5. And that's it for this video. See you on the next one. Bye.